Thank you for joining me on your journey to healing your diastasis recti. Today we are kicking off the Diastasis Recti Challenge, and this is series number 1. I'm Coach Cassie, your pre and postnatal specialist, and today I'm going to be going through 8 exercises with you for 2 rounds. We are going to be doing 30 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. All you'll need is a mat. I also hope to share some insightful stories with you about me. Maybe you'll be able to relate them to yourself as well and get something else out of this as well. So if you're ready, come join me on the mat and let's get started. Okay. All right, I challenge you to let go of any distractions that you have at this time. I hope you're able to get away and just use this time to nourish yourself and your own body, okay? So what I want you to do as you get onto the mat, I want you to extend your top leg and extend that bottom arm until you're resting your head on the arm. And then I want you to pivot onto your back. Okay. And before we begin, I wanted to go over 360 breathing. So what that means is you're going to take a deep breath in through the side and the back of your ribs, trying to avoid breathing through your chest. So put your hands on your ribs so you can get that feedback. And I want you to just take a deep breath in through your nose. And you can put your feet on the floor, that's just fine. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Feel those ribs expand and exhale through your mouth. One more time. In through your nose. Feel those ribs really expand like a balloon. And exhale. All right, so for the first exercise, we are going to be squishing the bug, and I will demonstrate what that looks like, but we are not going to be resting for that portion, so I'll just kind of go through the rest for that, but then for the rest of them, we will have that 10-second rest. So let me start my timer here. Okay. Squish the bug. Okay. All right, let's get started. So what I want you to do, I don't know if you can see, but I have space between the mat and my back. I'm gonna squish that space like I'm squishing a bug that's on the mat. And I'm doing that as I exhale. And then you can inhale. You don't necessarily have to bring your back up, but you can, I just want you to make sure you're pressing in as you exhale. Press into the mat. Okay. Now we're gonna get into some reverse marches. So I want you to put your feet up about a 90-degree angle, and you're just gonna tap your heel down. Exhale as you do that. So as I said before, I do want to share a little bit about me, since this might be the first video that you're watching with me. I am from the land of 1,000 lakes. I don't know if you know what that is. A little trivia question for you. We can rest. And then we're gonna go into some heel side. So I want you to bring your leg out and then very slowly bring it in. And I'm just alternating legs. I'll give you a hint. We have lots of snow and we're near the Canadian border. If you guessed Minnesota, you are correct. So I went to school like in a small town called Owatonna. Oh, sorry, we missed your rest there. We're gonna get into some hip lifts. It's pretty easy stuff though, so hopefully you're all right. And I want you to really, so as you come down, inhaling and then exhaling as you reach the top. And I want you to squeeze those glutes together like you're cracking a walnut between your cheeks. We're gonna be resting here again. So yeah, grew up in a small town called Owatonna. Then I graduated college, I stayed in Minnesota. I thought I was gonna go into nursing. That didn't happen. We're doing a single leg dead bug. So just alternating legs. Because I was a CNA for a little while, which is such a hard job. I admire anybody that's in that field because it's a lot of hard work, and not just mentally, but also physically. Okay, rest. And we're gonna do knee rollouts next. But yeah, just very physical work, and I was just like not totally set on it. I didn't love bodily fluids. So I went into ultrasound, and I worked at the Mayo Clinic for 4 years, and then I transitioned to pediatric ultrasound, which I absolutely loved, in Minneapolis. So yeah, turning point obviously, because here I am now. We can rest. And then we're doing single leg extensions. So we're just gonna bring our leg out about 45 degrees. So if this is too much for you, you can go a little bit higher. Really want you to think about squishing that bug. And I remember the turning point very vividly. My husband and I love this restaurant called Doolittle's. And we're resting. We're gonna do, for our last exercise, we're going to be doing a dead bug. So very similar to just the single leg, but we're gonna bring the opposite arm and the opposite leg out. If this is still too much for you, just go ahead and just do the single leg. But okay, so anyways, we loved this restaurant, Doolittle's. Like, it was my favorite spot because, oh my gosh, you'd walk in and you just smell the aroma of these rotisserie chickens, and you could see them right as you walked in because it's like this wood fire rotisserie. We are on our second round, by the way. And it's just the moment and the aroma, just everything is so vivid. And I remember I was sitting across from my husband, and we were just chatting, and all of a sudden he, like, out of the blue asked me, we're squishing the bug now here. Really bring that back to the mat. You're gonna feel your pelvic floor activate and come up. He asks, do you wanna move to Florida? And I was kind of shocked at first and confused, because I was like, what do you mean? You know, like, I've lived in Minnesota for all of my life. And we're doing reverse marches here. Make sure to keep that back pinned to the mat as you bring that heel down. And so I remember just kind of like pausing and thinking about it for a second. And I was like, yes. Because at that point in time, it was winter, and I was putting on all the boots, shoveling snow, like just all of the things, right? Next, we're going into some heel slides. So you're gonna bring that leg out and slowly bring it in. I want you exhaling as you bring it in. And yeah, so to be able to escape all of the hats, the mittens, the boots, the snow, the ice, driving, I was like, okay, yeah, I feel like this is for me. Because I'm not a huge winter person, not really into winter sports. We're gonna rest. We're gonna get into some hip lifts. And not to say that it was an easy decision, because we had to leave our family. Luckily, my husband's parents are close here in Florida, so that's nice. They're retired. But my parents are not, and I remember my mom just hysterically crying, and I was essentially like robbing her of my children, and that made me obviously feel really sad. We're gonna take a rest here. I'm letting you guys like rest for like 5 seconds, I apologize. And then we're doing the single leg dead bug. And to leave my family and my friends, I was a little bit torn. Eventually, you know, after I had processed like what we were actually gonna do, we had just moved into a new house like 6 months ago and had renovated it and everything. So we were kind of crazy in that aspect, because we had just moved. But anyways, obviously we decided to do it. Knee rollouts next. And I'm so grateful that we did it, because I get to be here with you now, and this is what I love doing. I still love ultrasound. I miss ultrasound, but I am actually using ultrasound now to see in real time my in-person sessions how far apart people's diastasis recti is, and then we can actually track. We're resting here, single leg extensions. We can actually track their progress, which is really fun. And I guess what I'm getting at here is that I was able to pursue things that I probably wouldn't have pursued had we not moved to Florida. And met new friends. My family still gets to visit, which is awesome, and I go visit them. So in the end, I'm really grateful. We're going into that dead bug. So if you ever are facing change, don't be scared. We have to face adversity sometimes to be able to, and I think we're resting. Oh, no, sorry. And be able to, and that change can give us new perspective and new experiences, new friends, you know, like it's just, change can be great. It's scary, it is, but don't let that hinder potential progress that you could receive through change. But anyways, I will get off my soapbox here. That was it. That was your first DR challenge, series number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. You did super great. Congrats on taking the first step to completing the Diastasis Recti challenge and beginning to heal your ab separation. Remember, this first installment is just the beginning. Your progress does not stop here. I want you to continue doing these exercises and incorporating what we've been learning, like the 360-degree breathing throughout your day. If you're ready for it, go ahead and do series number 2. If not, I would love for you to head to the comment section, join our community. Let me know if you have any questions or insights for me. I really value your feedback. And thank you again for letting me come on this journey with you. I'm so excited to continue seeing the strides that you'll make. Until next time, bye.